implementation, right? Why I ask this particular document? Because we will go over, or you will have an opportunity to evaluate the effectiveness of ASCC through review of midterm review document. ASEAN has published midterm review of the ASCC already in 2012, right? And this particular document tell you already the answer of all this 12 lines for you to write down. So you will have the opportunity to comprehend and understand what this issue about effectiveness or not effectiveness about implementation of ASEAN's socio-cultural pillars. The fifth question, again, concern something I just talked to you about, argumentation. How to complete an argument. It asks, complete the following arguments. Please follow the claim, reason, evidence, links, ภาษาใบ้ให้นะ structure. And 5.1. So I give you the claim, right? ASEAN claim on something, right? Give you the claim, and then I say, then you follow, complete the sentence by adding a reason, adding evidence, adding link, why all these things support, and why you think the claim is valid or not valid. Valid แปลว่าอะไร ถูกต้องสมบูรณ์ because these things are not valid yet. It's a say. Anyone can say, but without reason and proof. For example, I give you a scenario of one of the major conflicts in ASEAN. The conflict, it is happening where China has made claim, and then you say, what is the reason for those conflicts happening, and then you explain about the evidence of why there are such incidents happening, who are the one actors in this, and who are other conflicts in the region. 5.2, fifth 5.2 is concerning with FTA. It's also the same. Ask you to complete the argument, right? So the claim says something about Singapore. You already see FTA PowerPoint, so you can actually guess what I would say about Singapore. So Singapore is something about ASEAN's FTA. So when you read this, of course, you have to fulfill what you think, why I say this thing, why this was the claim. The 5.3 talk about ASCC blueprints implementation. I said ASCC blueprint implementation should be prioritized. You got give me the reason why it should be prioritized, right? And show me how to prioritize it. You have space about 10 lines. You can write anything following my sentence. เหมือนกับเราบอกเป็นภาษาไทยว่าประเทศไทยควรจะยกเลิกการเลือกตั้งระบบการเลือกตั้งอยู่ก็เขียนมาว่าอยู่ทำไมคุณถึงเห็นด้วยกับการที่จะให้ประเทศไทยยกเลิกเลือกตั้ง You don't argue with me, okay, in the claim. So this is something's claim in here. You don't have to say I don't agree with your claim. ไม่ต้องเขียนบอกว่าหนูไม่เห็นด้วยค่ะที่อาจารย์พูดอย่างนี้เพราะนั่นนี่ไม่ต้องออกความเห็นตัวเองสมมุติว่าตัวเองเป็นฉันน่ะตอบมาว่าฉันคิดว่ายังไงนะเวลาเขียนเคลมนี้ไปนะคะโอเค so there will be exercise like this in Myanmar they love arguing, right? And in Myanmar I write the sentence and I ask them to complete the sentence why these are such a claim. And instead they said, but I don't agree with you on this one. I was like, no, I didn't want you to agree with me. I don't want you to debate with me. I just want you to complete the sentence. ต้องเข้าใจเผื่อจะมีใครเครียดต้องมา Okay, number 6 and number 7 are multiple choice. Only 2 questions. But it's only count 1.5 point, 1.5 marks. ไม่ใช่ 3%ไม่ใช่3 marks เหมือนเดิม not 3 marks. So it weight less. Okay, again, this is another point. When you see each question, you can calculate how much weight each question, so that you know how much time and resources of your brain you should spend on that thing, right?ข้อ1เนี่ย 3 points right ข้อ2 12 point because there's 3 ข้อย่อยใช่ไหมก็ข้อละ4 point ข้อย่อยsorry the sub question ข้อ2 2.1 2.2 2.3 อะไรอย่างนี้2.1 2.2 2.3 sorry นะตอนนี้ I totally be bilingual จริงๆครับ but cannot be understood by some people. Number 3 is 3 points. Number 4 is 3 point. Number 5 is 6 point, but 3 small point, so 2 point each sub point. question 6เนี่ยกากบาทง่ายมาก 1.5 point. And number 7 is also 1.5 point. And it's number 6 is about the bodies under the APSC. Right. Part 7 is about the midterm review of the ASCC. Overall understanding about ASCC. Part 2. Part 2. Longer essay questions. Also with 30 points. These 30 points yeah, divided into 2 questions. I mean, I give you a choice of 4 questions, and you choose only 2. So it means that each question weight เท่าไหร่ 15 points. So 15 points each question. But it's an essay question, so you can write whatever, right? And as long as you answer the key point. ผมไม่น่าจะพูดว่า whatever ว่าเดี๋ยวจะเขียนเยอะไปหน่อย What are the differences between there's 3 bodies or 3 regional grouping concerning with APSC? So what are the difference between 1, 2, 3? Please identify and discuss the nature of each type of cooperation.
Record and write.
And their significance/importance toward peace building efforts. ไปนะ And I ก็ใบ้อีกนะคะ I ใบ้ว่า I keep a clue of big diagram that you have seen before in the lecture. So you have an idea นะคะ of what kind of bodies of APSC will be asking questions. บอกตัวช่วยไปเรียบร้อยตอบไม่ได้ก็ไม่ช่วยไม่ได้นะจ๊ะ Number 2, so you can choose นะ 2 from 4 questions. Number 2, whether and to what extent ASEAN FTA do something with the integration. พอละบอกเยอะไปหน่อยสิบอกแล้วตอบได้ไหมก็ได้แล้วใช่ไหม Please compare the strength of the agreement between different types. Now you have to know different types of ASEAN's economic agreement, right? And then you can discuss it. Oh, again, one question. ทำไมหรอ Why are you laughing? นี่คือ help สุดๆแล้วนะ I cannot help more than this. Now I tell and your own responsibility to write นะ the best essay in your life in 3 hours. Only one essay and one essay. Huh?
Like the first part, it's multiple choice and short essays.
ใช่ Second part is longer essay. Long essay mean question 1 line and then 1 A4 paper for you. Only 1 A4 paper นะทำทำไมเหรอหรือว่าอยู่เคยเห็นเปลี่ยนอะไรส่งไปเรียบร้อยตั้งแต่ที่แล้วนะจ๊ะ As much as I can help I want to help you So okay
นั่น part 1 มี7 คำถาม
7 คำถาม small 3 บรรทัด 2 กากบาทโหยน้อยนะตั้ง180 นาทีแกรู้ไหมว่าเมื่อก่อนฉันต้องนั่งเขียนในห้องสอบน่ะเยอะขนาดไหน2 สมุดนะคะดังนั้นตอนนี้คุณก็เขียนแค่นี้มันจี้ไม่มีปัญหาแน่นอนโอเค number 3 number 3นี่ก็ you choose จาก4เหลือแค่2เองนะนี่ลดให้ตั้งเยอะแล้วโอเค okay the number 3 please detail criticism of one of the community so you know what criticism means right so as long as you capture the major debates or criticism about that particular community quote what this thing can you record หรอ quote ก็ about what I said so many things criticism of course but you know academically you read the paper you read the literature you quote the person that do the review usually people who review is the ASEANs right or the ERIC the ASEAN economic review or something the bodies that actually publish the discussions about particular communities so you should say according to independent organization conducting the research the assessment on this and this and or you know you make it sound more convincing that you actually presenting academic viewpoint and not about your own viewpoint and not about somebody's viewpoint it's about you have already reviewed and summarize your own finding again don't write too much write concise main message within หน้าเดียวห้ามเกินนะ only 1 page and number 4 okay explain operational linkage between bodies under the 3 community shown in the diagram มี diagram ให้ด้วย so again this is another diagram that give you a clueเพราะว่า you cannot bring anything into the exam room right so I try to put as much diagram and as much information in the exam itself to help you so you don't have to memorize too much just practice writing ใช่ไหมใช่ไหม so smart ใช่ไหมอาจารย์ใจดีด้วย oh in มช.นะ the student like to do this right ข้อสอบเสร็จแล้วก็หน้าสุดท้ายมันก็เขียนอาจารย์คะหนูขอโทษด้วยที่ทำข้อสอบไม่พอดีนะอาจารย์คะเห็นใจหนูด้วยค่ะหนู it's another เรียงความนะคะ that write about personal issue or about help me please อาจารย์อะไรอย่างนี้ no it's okay หมดแล้วฮะจบละ so this is our exam yes
repeat ข้อ 1 ถึงข้อ 4 หน่อยนึง
ข้อ 1 ถึงข้อ 4 อะไรพาร์ทไหน
พาร์ทแรก
โอเค again read instruction ดีๆนะคะ because the first part you answer all the questions but the second part you choose 2 out of 4 unless you want to write a lot but I will only read the first 2 questions you write มันมีค่ะคนที่เขียนเยอะๆเกินหรือไม่ก็เขียนไม่เขียนเลยอย่างเงี้ยก็มีก็ไม่รู้จะให้คะแนนยังไงแต่ก็เขียนเยอะเดี๋ยวนะ number 1เนี่ย talking about the short essay นะ security challenge describe my security challenge discuss number 2 the importance of the ASEAN structures there will be option there will be some question right so I choose there are many ASEAN structures so this particular structure what is it bye the one about HR human rights right the one that's about the defense and all that the ones about you know the general bodies that sit in almost all the meeting and ข้อ 3 how you can engage with ASEAN this one there will be channels of your engagement you can choose to engage with ASEAN and then here you tell me the story how you will choose to engage with them with ASEAN ข้อ 4 discuss whether the measure and action of ASCC blueprint have been effectively implemented at the national and regional levels อ่านข้อสอบให้เลยเอาละ
อาจารย์คะว่าคือลิมิตทำแค่เรามีอยู่ในข้อ
only last midterm mostly after midterm but because there are one question that asks you to choose to present the criticism of ASEAN community so you can choose if you want AEC then you have to read material from before midterm right so but if you well I don't ask specific detail about the charter, right? So if you ask it, you will ask only to aid your understanding whether or not ASEAN work effectively or not effectively, or what prevent ASEAN from functioning effectively or not effectively. You know what? It's good to read the books and the articles because that is the opinion, right, from the author and the opinion from all sorts of scholars that discuss about problem or issue with ASEAN. Because what you read in my PowerPoint slide is just about facts. There's no analysis in my slide, and if you notice.
So what is the article and the book?
You read anything that you have a question over. If you think you cannot answer something about ASEAN, you should read it. หนูไม่รู้อะไรเลยค่ะทำยังไงดีคะก็อ่านทั้งหมดแล้วล่ะค่ะ
อัก small ถามอีกถามอะไรก็ได้ถ่ายปะโอ้ยใช่ อันนี้อัดเสียงไว้ เดี๋ยวไปอัพใน YouTube แล้วเดี๋ยวแบ่งลิงก์ให้
Oh, well, what you mean? You don't read the slide, and then how would you understand each topic? Right? When I talk about AP, SC, ASCC, I mean, the slides I summarize it from the reading and the lecture anyway. So if you don't want to read the whole book or the whole lecture, at least you can refer to some findings that already been summarized in the sheet. If you want. No, I don't want you to just read. It never gets into your brain. You have to write. I don't recommend you to read. I tell you all these questions so you can go and practice writing. Yes, it's all about writing. Because you can say, oh, I read แล้วแต่มันทำไม่ได้คือไม่ได้เขียนไงไม่เคยเขียนไม่เคยได้ทดลองพิมพ์ออกมามันไม่รู้หรอก Just okay if I ask you to do quiz right now เอา paper ออกมาเขียนว่าจะเขียนได้ไหมเขียนไม่ได้ because in the exam it will be like this you open the exam มาบางคนบอกจะเป็นลมเลยค่ะอาจารย์อ้าวก็แสดงว่าไม่ได้ฝึกเขียนมาหรออะไรเงี้ยเจอคำถามอย่างเงี้ย you know already what the exam will be like right I will ask discuss เนี่ย you ก็ discuss กับใครอาจารย์ไม่ได้อยู่นั้นนั่น discuss ให้ฟัง in the future there might be an interview exam 30% so you know how to write you say oh I don't like writing right you can talk to me so we will have an interview and we don't have to do midterm just discuss but again in this case you discuss in the paper when you discuss things in the paper you have to be able to write it down defend your opinion present it with good evidence and make clear case or comprehensive เรียงความ or essay writing depends on the subject but it's about the seminar about ASEAN it will be seminar and project of hosting the event hosting the ASEAN summit or something like that and do the เคยเห็นม็อบอาเซียนไหม so we will do mock ASEAN in the seminar and just similar to the model UN but in the ASEAN we are hosting the activity like that so at least you will familiar and you will become one of these guys representing ASEAN okay so this was the brief last week we didn't go through the video right I assume you go and watch the video